So I want to talk about virtual reality. Um, Virtual reality has kind of come from being something that you see in movies and not being realistic to being something that is attainable now with creations of the Oculus Rift and things like that. It's really taken that type of technology to a new level, and it's really opened the doors for possibilities. The thing that I think makes virtual reality beneficial is that it allows the opportunity to not only use it in things like games and movies and technology as a whole, but it allows an opportunity to learn and teach things in a new way, in a way that people may have never had the chance to do before. I think that virtual reality right now isn't quite ready for that, but I think in the near future, the virtual reality we know today will be a lot different from the virtual reality then. I believe that the biggest thing holding virtual reality back from really going someplace new is that in order to experience the virtual reality, you have to wear these big, bulky headsets. And although when you're wearing them, it transports you to kind of this new world and this place that you feel like you're in, the whole time you're doing it, you know you're just wearing these goggles that are letting you see it. What I think the next step is in virtual reality is to combine it with screenless display. I think that the advances they're making in screenless display, where they're able to, or they're working on being able to project the screen into your retina, and rather than have to look at a computer screen, everything will be projected straight into your eyes or be shown right in front of you. And I think that that's the next step in virtual reality. I think that combining virtual reality's experience without having a display like the goggles that someone has to use is really going to take virtual reality to a new level where people can be immersed in this reality that seems real, and I think that that's where it needs to go in order to really become something great. They need to make it more realistic and more of uh, an experience than you get just wearing these goggles. I think that by taking away the goggles and creating a display that is projected in front of you that you can see without wearing anything makes it a more real experience. And I think that things like that will allow it to be used as a learning tool in the future. I mean, personally, I'm a very visual learner. So going and being able to be put into these historical places that you're always learning about and actually seeing these things rather than having to read them in a book. I think that learning and teaching and using virtual reality in a educational way is going to be huge in the future. I think that the less software, or not software, where the less hardware that you need to wear and use and have is going to make this a more accessible and more more open piece of technology, and I think that it's going in the right direction. And I think that with the advances they're making in uh, screenless display, as well as the advances they're making in augmented reality by creating things like contact lenses that allow you to see displays and stuff in the lenses, I think that when all of these three things, augmented reality, screenless display, and virtual reality, kind of merge and finally meet, that's where you're going to finally see something great and see something that really changes how the world does things. And I think right now, virtual reality and augmented reality and screenless display are cool things. But I think that when you get these things working together, it becomes something that can kind of change everything. Instead of making somebody read about ancient Rome or read about the Battle of Little Bighorn or something, it would allow people to, like us, who are designers and 3D modelers and animators, it would allow us to create these worlds. And then in turn, they would be able to be used in these virtual reality settings where people can enter them and see the past and feel like they are there. And I think that when we finally reach a place where we can do this, it's really going to change how everything's done. Um, I think that's where technology is heading. I think that virtual reality and screenless display and even augmented reality are all separate things right now, but eventually the three of them, I believe, are going to kind of merge into one great thing. And I think when that happens, it's really going to open the doors for a lot of other things. It's going to allow people to experience things that they may not have ever been able to experience before. And I think that when we're able to do that, that's really when the technology is starting to really make a difference in the world and open up opportunities for teaching and all all these different things that it could do. I think that that is where those three types of technology are really heading, and I look forward to seeing where they end up. And hopefully, this isn't just some crazy idea that I think, but eventually it'll become a reality, and people will be able to experience the past and feel like they were living it and immersing themselves in this technology not only as a form of entertainment but as a way to expand what you know. And I think that these technologies are gonna really change everything when they finally get to where they're going and really reach their potential. And I look forward to seeing it happen.